Yeah, I think it's very important for the institutional consumer to understand with a very high level of clarity what they're getting themselves into when they do choose a partner as it relates to a split dollar transaction. So some of the questions that we're often posing to our clients is, what is the exit strategy? Do we have to wait around until the executive dies? Or can there be a mechanism by which repayment of that outstanding loan balance is addressed during the life of the executive, maybe at retirement, maybe through retirement, so that both parties can walk away from one another, so that a retired executive doesn't have to ask for permission to do something different than what everybody anticipated at the time that they put the plan in place. Another big issue is control over the retirement vehicle. So if you're the executive, do you know if you have 100% control over distributions from the policy? Or do you have to go back to your former employer and work with them to do something different, to take money out faster or slower, skip a year, pull forward a year? What if the policy outperforms original projections? Who benefits? Does the executive benefit? Does the credit union benefit? Or does effectively nobody benefit? Because nobody can take it out or use it in a different fashion than originally contemplated. And I think that's a very big question for executives to answer, because historically, many of these policies have outperformed historical projections or projections at the time that they're put in place. And so if the policy can afford a larger benefit payout, it should provide a larger benefit payout to that executive. But there needs to be a mechanism in place, an administrative infrastructure to determine whether the policy is in fact performing as expected, below expectations, or above expectations. So control in retirement is particularly important. Most of these executives are just like me. I don't want anybody telling me what to do with my retirement plan. I'm sure all of our clients would agree they don't want anybody telling them what to do with their retirement plan. But it's just important for consumers to understand what they own, understand what they're getting into, and some of the design considerations that could be implemented to address some of these other objectives that a lot of people don't spend the time to think about. So I think that's an important component to the decision-making process, both for the executive as well as the institution.